So, really, I just want to, have a conversation and just, I guess, start off with you on your, like, as a parent who has two children that are doing distance learning. What has your experience? How has your experience as a parent changed? With homework or tutoring. How does that work for you right now?
Um, quite honestly, uh, just for some understanding, I do work a full-time job, and both Manny, my 12-year-old, Micah, my 10-year-old, go to school here at home virtually. And it's really challenging to monitor all of that, actually, not just to monitor the work that they're doing, the work that's not getting done, the homework. I mean, me and Manny can tell you, there's been times where he'll be like, I'm like, is your homework done? And he'll be like, yeah. And then I'll get a call like 3 weeks later that not, like very few assignments have been done or something else. So it also adds to just the need to find time to then look over everything to make sure things are being done. And not to say anything other than children need guidance, they need structure, they need folks to kind of check in on them and encourage them and what have you. And so having to find time to do that too. But then also, managing breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks. And usually that's kind of done at school. And whether you pay for it or not, it's done at school, or you give them a few dollars and they make sure they grab a little something, something, if that's an ability that they have at their school. Or make lunches or what have you, but it's done and they're off at school, and it's not something you have to deal with during your work day, right? So it's challenging as a parent and a single parent at that, um, to monitor everything that's going on. Man has 7 classes and 6 teachers.
I actually have eight.
I'm sorry.
I actually have 8 classes.
There we go. 8 classes and 6 teachers or 7 teachers
6.
and 6 teachers. And so when checking in, and I am a proactive parent, so I'll call, I'll email, I'll check in. And I said all that to say it is a lot. And you watch this public school system fumble a bit and try and figure it out. And as a parent, you're fumbling a bit, trying to figure it out. You're holding things up like this and with a pinky toe, the other stuff. And just hoping that they're getting what they need to be successful to go to the next grade. And that's actually been one of my concerns is, he's getting through it. His grades are fine. They do reach out eventually to say this, and this need to be done. So we get that done, or he gets it done with my, management of or supervision or what have you. Um, but then you walk away wondering, like, are they getting what they need to be successful later on, or is everybody just keeping this thing going regardless of at what level of quality on all sides?
Yeah. Hmm. Manny, how has learning online been different than learning at school? What has your experience been like?
Um, well, honestly, I think it's been way more like challenging and like harder. And like my mom said, like it's really hard like getting in done all the work like from but like extended away because having to go to like 8 different classes, but then not actually being there is also really hard. Um, and yeah, and also like just all the distractions around us when we're doing our work and stuff is also really tough.
What one time you and I talked, and you talked about um, a STEM project that you had. Can you tell me more about that? Some of the challenges that you had with that STEM project?
So like with that project I had to download like this certain piece of like software, but I wasn't able to do that because I didn't have the right technology. Like I didn't have the right keyboard or didn't have the right laptop to be able to do that, and yeah, that made it very challenging.
So basically, does the school? I guess this question is for either of you all. At the beginning of the COVID shutdown, did the school get in contact and say, "Hey, this is the type of computer your child will need in order to do homework," or was there any communication about or any inquiries about the technology capacity at home, or was it just like you're going to be learning from home and here's what you have to deal with? How did that work?
Well, basically, what they said was like, okay, we understand this is a big change. If you need a laptop, here's one. But they never said that you would like actually need it. So at the beginning of the year, I actually started out using like a MacBook, but that was also really hard cause the Google like meetings, it was like messing it up. It was really hard to like join the meetings. And then they never said that you would actually need one of the school laptops eventually. So I just thought, okay, I'll be okay with my laptop that I already have because we already have one. And yeah.
Hmm.
And just to add to that, so we did get a school laptop for him, right? We got one in the summertime for summer school because I signed my kids up for summer school just to kind of get a heads up on, or a leg up, or get an early start, or the way that last school year ended was so abruptly, and everyone was just thrown home. And I actually took my kids out of school probably 2 weeks before Seattle Public Schools shut down completely. Since I work, my job sent us home sooner as opposed to later. And because I went home, I took my kids home with me.
Yeah.
And so we did end up getting a laptop from the school, but it was extremely slow. Remember, Manny, we were trying to do like we were
Yeah, I was,
trying to watch a video on
we were trying to do
YouTube.
my cooking class,
We
but
were
we
trying to
couldn't
do the
do that
cooking
because it was
class,
so slow.
and we couldn't even watch like a cooking video on it. I was like, I'm over it. You're just going to use my MacBook moving forward. But then and we were able to finish out the summer. Scheduling was rough, but we ended up doing the things we decided to do for the summer with regards to summer school. It ultimately became a decision like, okay, we'll do this. We're not going to do that. We'll do this. We're not going to do that, because summer school was challenging too. Some of the classes were self-led or parent-led, right? So it was just a lot. But so when the school year started back up, um, the school laptop is still here. It does not work. It does not work well. I don't even know where it is, but we have to find it and turn it back in, because by the time the school year comes, because it just didn't work. I put it in a drawer and gave him something else. And then the MacBook was having some compatibility issues because they don't use, you know, Apple products and Mac products and stuff. So there were certain things he couldn't do with that. So then his dad got him a different laptop to start doing, to have like I don't know what like the Android version of laptop is, right? Um, or like a Dell, huh? Yeah,
It's
was
a
it
Dell.
okay, like a Dell. And but because it's not a school laptop, it doesn't have, you know, the specific software that they're using to do the STEM class. And he has we went to the school, picked up a box of, materials to put together like a robot, like a nice big cool robot thing. And I got an email saying, I need to return the kit because the quarter is over. And he never used it because he couldn't access it because of those complications, like that we just couldn't get resolved.
Huh. Um, have any of you all ever had any issues with Wi-Fi, or do you know other families who are learning that are having any issues with Wi-Fi? Because I know everyone doesn't have that.
Yeah, one of my really good friends, his Wi-Fi is really bad. And he's always like late to class, or sometimes he just doesn't show up, and his parents always are like, I mean, while we're annoyed, there's nothing we can really do about it. So I guess, just make it up later.
Yeah. If there's one thing that